Now we would like to use the unit circle and the reference angle table to actually compute the trig values for other angles in other quadrants. So first thing first, how do I find a reference angle? Look at this. 7/4 is the most simplified form. 7/6 also simplified. Therefore, I can trust that denominator. The reference angle for the first box, reference, is equal to pi/6. And reference angle for this one is pi/4. Now let's go back to the unit circle. Where do I see 7 pi/6? That would be the third quadrant. And where do I see 7 pi/4? That's the fourth quadrant. So let's go back and put that in the reference angle is pi/4, but the quadrant is fourth quadrant. This one is pi/6. The quadrant is third. Now what I need is basically the quadrant is going to give me if it's positive or negative. The quadrant is going to give me positive or negative. The absolute value of this come from the table, from the reference table. So let's go back to the reference table. And reference table says if it's pi/6, sine is going to be 1/2, cosine is going to be square root of 3/2. And if it's pi/4, both of them are going to be square root of 2/2. According to the table, I know it's going to be the absolute value is this. I just have to find the sine. And over here, I get a 1/2, and I get square root of 3/2. Now, in the fourth quadrant, both sine and cosine are negative. Remember, it was all star trig class. And so in the first quadrant, all of them are positive. In the second quadrant, sine is positive. The third quadrant, tangent is positive. And the fourth quadrant, cosine is positive. Fourth quadrant, cosine is positive, but sine is negative. So this is positive, this is negative. In the third quadrant, both sine and cosine are negative, if you need to memorize it this way. And so here, you put in all unit circle information, the reference angle information, use the reference table to find the value of the trig function.